afternoon and welcome to Options Center. It is 8:30:23. It's Wednesday, you guys. Happy hump day. Thanks for joining us here. We're going to go through another intraday video because it's so important that I want to capture a lot of these moves when they're happening. And it just doesn't do any good, as much good, if you're watching it afterwards and you stay, for example, long in this market right now. If you're fully long in a lot of positions, you should be very careful because we're looking for the reversal to be right here. Is there some room to move? Absolutely. We explained we can go all the way up to form a double top if the market provides that type of move. And going into holiday trade, and perhaps we remain bullish until next week, perhaps. But I'll show you the different scenarios and what to look out for on a couple. We're going to go through 4 daily time frames, and then it's 65 minutes all the way down to the 15-minute on SPY, just to give you exactly what we're looking for today into tomorrow. Okay, so if you like this information, please help support the channel by either liking the video or going into the description and helping us out in any way that you can. Okay, so here we go. SPX on the daily time frame. You see this wedge that played out. We actually had some fake breaks above and a big one, fake break back down, and we held this this trend line here. And remember, this was a good trend line for us because we had 1, 2, 3 touches before we got to this 4th one here. And so we turned around bullish. We had a reversal, we had a higher low, and we're looking at this as being an ABC. And notice right where this is ending, perhaps ending, possibly ending, is right at this long-term, this goes way back, a long-term pivot. We go back to, I think, 2018. I believe that's the megaphone top there. And also the top of the wedge again. So we had that final breakdown. Can it fake break back above? Can it go above and break back down? Sure, I did it a couple times here. But, this is a big break. That's very bearish. We're retesting to make sure we don't, rise back above it and have a bearish fake break and get higher highs. I think this is a fantastic short setup right here, right now. So let's go ahead into NQ. I want to look at NQ because it has a trend line as well that we're testing. Again, that same kind of price action there, right? So we're looking at that wedge. Not quite to the pivot, way back, the same kind of pivot here that held the move at all-time highs, or excuse me, at the near-time highs. But look at this right here. Same. That's the top of the wedge. Same thing. Retesting it right now today. Will we pause today? This looks like a hammer candle to me. This is a potential reversal candle. Perhaps into the close we get some sort of doji here, indecision. I do think, unless we gap over tomorrow, I do think that this was the reversal sign that we're looking for. Now, I do have some call. We fulfilled all of our criteria for the reversal, except for confirmation, clearly. But we did, we're leaving on some call hedges, just in case there's some sort of gap up tomorrow or so. But even if we gap up, I have plenty of time on my short plays for that reversal to happen, so I can take some pain. Let's look at RTY. This one's plain and simple. We're just at horizontal resistance. Broke down from the wedge, not quite back testing the wedge. We're just at horizontal resistance where a head and shoulders could take place, potentially. YM, the Dow. YM, we've had our trend line here for quite some time. Had a fake break and got bullish from it, held it, and we're just back testing now. Another back test, and you see the doji candle, firefly candle, whatever you want to call the candle, graveyard. It's reversing here. That's a potential reversal if we close like this. All right. So again, objective short. All right. So we're going to go down to lower time frames and and see what's going on here. We'll check out the traditional layout for technical analysis, and then we'll go to the Elliott wave. Okay, so if you notice this channel right here, this channel that's formed this whole way up on this last leg, we're back testing it. It's a simple back test, and we're at horizontal resistance. This is a really good objective short, and a lot of times price action will go above just to stop out some traders and then dip back below. So we'll see if that happens or not. Let's go a little bit closer. So we're rejecting off of it right now. Is this the top? Potentially the top. So let's go to this Elliott wave picture. So what we have here is our projection. Okay, we have an A that's in, a B, and a possible C. Now, I gave you a scenario right here. I'm giving you a scenario to where we could have one last move into perhaps a bullish Labor Day kind of run, and then we get a reversal next week. I do have an argument that this moves over. So we could go straight down from here, and nothing goes in a straight line, okay? That's just a representation that we go and make a new low from here right now. Or we have our Elliott wave 4 possibilities. Okay, so we're going to look out for the 447, 51 being our confirmation. We don't hold that low, and we go much further down. Going into tomorrow, if we hold that low for the rest of this week, then possibility we have one more high to come to that 786 retracement that coincides with the gap up here, the island gap that we have. That's at 453.84. So we'll be adding on some call protection at the 447 zone here to make sure that we don't lose too much money on our puts. But we get below there and all bets are off. We go much lower, faster. And we have a huge leg to the downside, in my opinion. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and go over to the 15-minute on this one. It's the same thing with the NASDAQ. I'll show you the NASDAQ on the 65, but I just want to show you representation of what, if the top is in, I'll show you exactly what I'm looking at. And we eked out a really, really shallow high there. Now there's 5 waves in that. I can count that as 5 waves. So it is possible that this was a quick wave 4 that we had here this morning. That we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, and we eked out a 5. Now our bullish, a little bit more bullish than this wave 4 coming down here. This being a wave 5, possible wave 4 into 5. Now we have to see if this low holds. So that's our secondary trigger, sell trigger. This low here. That low is 448.78. If that low goes out, then we have to take out the scenario that this is a new 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, going into that 786, going into the Labor Day weekend. So this being the end of wave 3, we're confident that this wave 3 is done right here. This is either a an expanded B into a C, which would give us wave 4 down here, and we have one more move to the upside. Or 3 scenarios. That's one. Or this top is in, wave 5 right here. We break these lows, we break these lows, we continue down. Or the little bit more bullish scenario, and that this is now a wave 1. 5-wave move up for 1. A wave 2 back. We can't break this low for a wave 2. Wave 3, 4, and 5 to end this somewhere, perhaps on Tuesday when we come back after the long weekend, or into Friday, maybe a bullish Friday, something like that. So Friday will be very telling, but this is the scenario to look out for. These two